Everyone, welcome once again to Indo-Africa Therapeutics. My name is Rose Duo, and today I just want to welcome you to be with me as I prepare a small snack for my children. I want to bake a small cake. They had requested I do that for them, and today I have that opportunity to do that. Now with me I have my simple equipment, the measuring cups, the trays, the bowls, and the whipping spoon. And here I have 2 eggs, I have my flour. And now I want to start measuring the other ingredients. I'll start with sugar. So since I'll be using these 2 cups, this is 250 ml, then I need to use this 125 ml, 1 cup of sugar, 2 cups of flour or thereabouts, and then what else do you put in cake apart from sugar and flour? Margarine. So in fact I put this for margarine and this one for my sugar. So here I have my sugar, so I can have this. I don't like it too sweet, so I'll not measure like the way they do it in the industry. So I'll just put a little bit of sugar, add a little bit, just to make it a little bit sweet, but not so sweet. Okay, so that's the sugar. Then we're going to use margarine. This bread is very common in Kenya, maybe in other parts of the world as well. So I'll just use this to measure 1 cup. I hope I'm doing it right. I have a spoon here that will help me to level it up a little bit. At least with cakes, I like being correct with my measurements so that it's close to being perfect. Like I always say, I'm not a chef, but I try just for the sake of my children and to save on that budget. In this economy, you have to try your best to use what you have, you know. So this is my bowl. Let me just put on the light. Looks a bit dark inside here. I hope that's more helpful. So I add my margarine, and then I'll beat these 2, or rather I'll mix them so thoroughly. I have a friend of mine who is a baker. He tells me, hey, beat that thing until you can beat it no more. I don't have those mixture machines. Maybe in future it's a worthy investment. But anyway, this is part of how us women we exercise here in Kenya. Just spending so much time in the kitchen. Can really help you to, you know, build up those muscles a little bit. So this is mixed up, and now I use a wooden stick to mix it well. Let me just put this here, or I'll use it later. I'll use a wooden stick. This is the same one that I use to make ugali, but it comes in handy also when I'm making cakes. It helps me mix very well. That helps with the texture of the cake. So this is how we do it in Africa, where we have limitations of equipment. Yeah, when I have some finances, probably I desire to have that electric mixture. Because it will make my work much easier. Meanwhile, let's build the muscles. Smelling so yummy. You can see. So when it's mixed up like that, it's time to break our eggs. So I have 2 eggs here. I break one at a time. Oops. Anyway, I had washed them. I normally wash my eggs before cooking. So that's the egg. You can see how fresh it is, straight from the farm. And I don't keep my eggs in the fridge. I go the British way. Keep your eggs as they came before you use. That's the time I wash them. I kind of believe that keeps them more fresh than when you wash them and keep them in the fridge, and sometimes they can overstay in the fridge. If your eggs overstay in the fridge, it means they are definitely accumulating a lot of bacteria. So I mix this as well. Try to mix it very well. And I think this is the time to introduce my whisk. So I clean the wooden stick as much as I can, because nothing goes to waste. Nothing, absolutely nothing. I don't want anything to go to waste. Hey, clean it up. Yeah, nothing should go to waste. Look at that. Mama Africa, here I am. So I will twist this. Like that. Make sure this is very well, because the way you mix it will affect the texture of the outcome of the cake. Oh, I smell the cake. All right, so far so good. You can see that very nice. The consistency has honored me. So it's my time to add the flour. At times I do save my flour, but honestly today I'll just do it the way we used to do it when we were kids. We didn't even know that flour was being sifted. So, and the cakes used to be okay. I grew up in a place whereby my mother was very enterprising, and she believed you can make anything at home. So she made the jams, she made the, I don't know where she got that from, in an African, raised in a traditional African setup. So there we go with our fat flour. Before I forget, I need to put baking powder. So this is the baking powder. I just put like half a spoon, like that. And sometimes when I want the cake to rise very well, I put a little bit of baking soda. That's just me. It's my way of cooking. I told you I'm not a chef, but whatever works for me works for me. As long as it's not poison. You know those chefs, they are so perfect in how they do things. But do you know what inspires me? After I do all this, my kids start singing, "My mother is the best chef." Don't I feel nice? So I'll just add a little bit of milk. Some of the brands we have in Kenya, I'm not advertising, just what I prefer using. When I go to the supermarket, it's what I buy. So I add like a cup and a half, you know, just to make it very moisturized. So I'll mix this slowly, slow but sure. You know, in this life, there's time for speed, but it's also good to be slow and sure, you know. So you can see how that has mixed so well. And so we'll be having a delicious cake. So we'll add flour. The other cup is over here. Okay. It's 1 cup. That's it. So I just add little by little. Look at that. Little, right? Little. Especially because I do not shift my flour. It is very important for me to fold it in little by little. Just fold it in like that. Someone said there's no hurry in Africa. Probably that's why I've never bought a mixing machine. I think now it's long overdue. When I get some money, that's one of my dreams. I need to do a complete overhaul for my kitchen so that I can make better videos for you guys to enjoy. Look at that, the mixture is coming up very nicely. I put the last batch of the flour. Fold it in. Fold it in until it's well mixed. I'll just add a little bit of milk, not to make it runny, but I feel my cakes come out more moisturized when you put like a cup full of milk. So initially I put a cup and a half. I'll tell you how many ml that is. Where is my cup? It is here. So I'll just, this one is just 80 ml, and I had put another 80 around that much. So this will give me the consistency I am looking for. Look at that. So I mix slowly but surely so that I don't create mess in my kitchen. So look at this, very nice. Very, very nice. Smelling yummy, yummy. That's just like being creative. So at one point when I'm putting in my baking pot, today I'll bake with a pot. I'll not bake with a baking tray. I'll bake with a normal cooking pot. Because it's just little, and my baking trays are bigger. Yeah, when I decide to go crazy about baking, I bake big. But today I just want to bake a little for them to enjoy during their 4 o'clock tea break. By the way, right now it's around 10:30 a.m. in Kenya, and I'll be doing more of this. So we have the right consistency with our mixture there. Our cake is shaping up. The next thing, so I'll be using this cooking pot here. You can see it clearly. So I will oil it, after oiling it, I'll just use the margarine that remained here. I mean, we don't need so much. This is just enough. And also to avoid wastage. Remember we said nothing goes to waste. Nothing. Here in Africa, we maximize on what we have. We don't have much. You know, the gap between the rich and the poor is very wide. So we have people who have extremely a lot, and then majority are struggling. So I don't want to lie. I try to be very careful with the little I have, and as well try to make the children happy and contented. So since schools will be opening soon, I like when they feel like the holidays were enjoyable. Mommy did this, mommy did that. So look at that. So we finished oiling. I just want to clean my hands a little bit. Then we put the dough, right? So we are going to transfer the cake mixture to the sufuria. Before I do that, I'll powder it a little bit with some flour. Just dust it a little bit, like that. This helps the cake not to stick. Yeah. Okay. Now that we have done that, we are going to put our cake mixture inside the sufuria. And like I told you, creativity is always calling me. So I'll put some cocoa powder here in the remaining mixture, just to add some color, to make it look like more or less like a marble cake. Okay. This will give it the real chocolate taste. These are the brands we have in Kenya. This one is called Raha. Raha means happiness. It's so chocolatey. Oh, I'm telling you. I'm not advertising. I'm just telling you my preferred brands. I don't know what yours is. Not just me. So I'll mix this. Oops. Try not to make a mess. But messes sometimes are inevitable. And cocoa, because it's powder, has a way of changing the texture of the mixture. So I'll simply add a little milk to make it more manageable when I am adding it to the, oops, that's a lot, but anyway, no harm. That's why I like measuring. Because when you don't measure these things, sometimes you can create mess like I almost did, and that can change things in a significant way. So here we are with my mixture. Very nice. It will be easy to pour it to the rest. Look at that. Meanwhile, my oven is heating up. Okay, that's something I made sure going on. I like preheating the oven for like let's say 10 minutes or so. That helps when I'm baking. It helps to keep the oven temperatures more even throughout the baking process. So when I tell some people that I bake my cakes at home, they go like, really? How? You mean you know how to bake cake? No, it's just trying. But when I want like serious cakes for occasions, I normally order from my nephew, who is a professional baker.